Hello guys, it's Razorland here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a very interesting type of video. Now this video is actually going to be the start of a series that I'm thinking about doing, and this series is going to be the Call of Duty Zombies World Cup, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is to you. So as you can see on the screen here, we have Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D, and basically you also have a random generator of 1 to 20. Now that 1 to 20 has a list of all of the maps that have been released for Call of Duty Zombies, going from Nuketown to Gorod Krovi. Now we've taken out the World at War and the Black Ops 1 remakes because we're just going to be using the Black Ops 1 remakes for this one instead of the World at War maps, just because I don't actually have World at War on the Xbox 360 anymore, and using it on the PC would be too laggy because my PC has not arrived yet and my laptop isn't exactly the best suited for this kind of thing. So basically I'm going to explain to you how the groups work, and then we're going to be going into the random number generator to generate the groups. And also, by the way, yes, I have a Facecam now. Woohoo! So we're going to be talking about how these groups work. Now there are 4 groups and there are going to be 5 maps in each group, and basically starting with Group A, let's just use Group A as an example. So basically Group A is going to have 5 maps, as you can clearly see, and we're going to generate them from random.org. And how it's going to work is we're going to have let's use 2 maps as an example. Let's just use Nukt and let's use Verrucht. So Verrucht gets drawn in at number 1 and Nukt gets drawn in at number 2, and basically how that's going to work is the maps get ranked at the end of the group based on how they do round-wise. So if I get to round 15 on Nukt and round 12 on Verrucht, Nukt would place higher than Verrucht in the group standings. And there is actually a cap of a round because some maps are easier than other maps, and the cap is going to be round 30. So if, say for example, we have Der Eisendrache and we have Shadows of Evil, both of those maps are fairly simple maps to get to round 30 on, but it's going to count on who gets to round 30 the fastest. So if Der Eisendrache, I make it to round 30 in 12 minutes, obviously that's never going to happen, but if it does, and Shadows of Evil takes me 1 hour and 27 minutes, Der Eisendrache would place higher than Shadows of Evil in that front. Now we're going to be talking about which maps progress from each group. So Group A, let's say again we have Nukt and we have Verrucht in Group A, and we have Der Eisendrache and Shadows of Evil in Group B. So Nuketown would finish first in Group A, and Verrucht would finish second in Group A, and then we have Der Eisendrache, which would finish first in Group B, and Shadows of Evil, which finishes second in Group B. They go head to head, so the head to head works as in Nukt would face Shadows of Evil because it would be first versus second, and they go head to head. So I play those maps again, and whichever map either gets to round 30 quickest or the higher round. So say for example I play Nukt and it gets to round 12, all Shadows of Evil has to do is beat round 12, and then it would progress to the semi-finals where it would face either Der Eisendrache or Verrucht, and that's how the groups are going to work. Now we're going to actually draw the groups and we're going to be placing them into their different sections. So let's get into the first group. So the first map going into Group A is going to be number 1, Nuketown. So we'll just fill that in quickly. Nuketown. There we go. So it's going to be very simple on how we do it. So basically the first map I would play would be Nuketown. So now we're going to go on to the second map going into Group A is going to be number 18, which is Der Eisendrache. So we've got Der Eisendrache, Nuketown, all on the same map. So now we're going to go on to the next one, which is Nukt again, which is awful. So 16, we have Shadows of Evil going into that group as well. So it's going to be a very, very good group to see who is actually going to make it into the quarterfinals. The next map we're going to get is a 19, Zetsubo no Shima. So we have 3 Black Ops 3 maps going into this group. So Zetsubo no Shima is going into Group A, a hard map to be honest, and we're going to have the next one, which is 14, which is going to be Buried, which is a very, very easy map, but I'm not really going to be camping on any of these maps because camping is very, very boring and I don't really like doing that. So Buried is going to be a little bit harder because I'm not going to be camping on it. Anyway, that is Group A wrapped up. We have Nukt, Der Eisendrache, Shadows of Evil, Zetsubo no Shima, and Buried. Whichever ones either make it to round 30 in the quickest amount of time, or I make it to on round 30 in the quickest amount of time, is going to go through into the quarterfinals, the first place team and the second place team. So now we're moving on to Group B, and we're going to narrow it down to 15 in the random generator and take out these teams. Okay guys, so I actually just tried to do a draft for Group B, but I got very confused with how it went and I kind of entered the wrong teams into it. So I've actually kind of adjusted all the numbers for the groups going up now, and we're going to be doing it properly. So 1 to 15, let's see what we get. We get a number 6, which is going to be Ascension. So Ascension is going to be the first map in Group B, and I know my keyboard typing is very, very loud, and I definitely apologise for it. Now we've got a Doris here, and it's going to be very interesting to see if Doris and the Giant make it into the same group, which would be very, very good to see. But we have a 9, which is going to be Moon, so we have a very heavily Black Ops 1 featured group going on there, and the next one is going to be 5, which again, another Black Ops 1 map, is Kino de Toten, and 5, which is a very easy map as well, so that group is actually going to be a really, really good group to see who is actually going to progress. But we have 14, and that is the Giant. So the Giant and Doris are both going to be in the same group. Very interesting to see how they're going to phase out. We're just going to make this to 10 now. I will just adjust the numbers and get rid of the maps that have already been chosen for you guys, so just 1 second. Okay, so we're down to the last 10 maps now, and let's choose them to see who is going to be in Group C. So we're going to be choosing the first one, which is a number 4, and that is going to be Call of the Dead, probably one of my least favourite Call of Duty maps, but we've got Call of the Dead going into Group C. So now we're going to generate it again, and we have the number 10, which is Gorod Krovi, the final Black Ops 3 Zombies maps. And if you have noticed yet, we haven't actually got many Black Ops 2 Zombies maps. We've only actually got one of those, so still quite a lot of Black Ops 2 Zombies maps to be in it. We could have a full group of Black Ops 2 Zombies maps. We've had 10 already. We have a 3, which is going to be 5. So we've got 5 as the number 3, and the next one is going to be in Group C, and that is a Transit. Now, Transit is a very, very long map, so it's going to be interesting to see who actually makes it through into that one, because Transit isn't really the best map. Now, actually, most of these maps are quite hard. Call of the Dead is pretty easy once you get set up and stuff. Gorod Krovi is a very kind of simple map once you also get set up. 5, pretty hard. Transit, really long setup, but you can find some nice training areas, and it does get a little bit easy. And obviously, I've excluded Town, Bus Depot, and Farm from it, because they're all separate maps, and it doesn't really work up when you're adding up all the different maps. So I've got rid of those. But the final map going into Group C is going to be not number 10, because that's already been chosen, not number 4, because that's already been chosen, but number 9, and it's going to be Origins. Origins should really have a clean group and probably get through in that group. So Group D has a final 5 in it. As you can see, I'm just adjusting the ones that have already been chosen now, but we have a final 5. So we're just going to fill those in, because I don't actually know if Verupt is spelt right or not, but it might be, it might not be. We're just going to fill those in, and obviously the reason why I'm doing the Black Ops 1 is because Shinonuma is the easiest map in the world on World at War, so I've decided to make it the Black Ops version. And I'm sorry if I keep looking into the left a bit, slightly off the camera, because that's actually where I am in the video, so I just kind of end up looking at myself just to see if I'm not doing anything retarded. Broken finger, by the way, still broken, awful. Anyway, we're just going to continue filling this in. So Shangri-La is going to be the next one. Then we have Die Rise, and then we have Mob of the Dead. So let's do a summary of the groups. We have Nuketown, Toten, The Eisenjock, Shadows of Evil, Zetsubo Nishima, and Buried, all going into Group A. Then Group B, we have Ascension, Doris, Moon, Kino, and The Giant. Group C is Call of the Dead, Gorod Krovi, 5, Transit, and Origins. And Group D is Verupt, Shinonuma, Shangri-La, map I've never played, Die Rise, a map I've never played, and Mob of the Dead. So these two are at a very big disadvantage, because I haven't actually played those maps properly. I've never owned them, so I'm actually going to have to wait and purchase those maps before I can actually play them. But that is going to be the video, guys. I hope you're all excited for this. I'm going to be doing 1 map per day, so we're going to be starting with Nuketown, Toten, seeing how I do in that, and then we're going to be uploading to Eisenjock, then it'll be Shadows of Evil, then Zetsubo, then Buried, and so on until we get to the quarterfinals, where I'll have a recap video before going into the quarterfinals, where we can see which teams or which map is going to be playing which map in the quarterfinals of this World Cup for the Call of Duty Zombies maps. So I want to thank you guys for sticking by and watching this video through. I hope you're excited for this, because I'm really excited to get going on it. It might seem like a bit of a stupid idea, but I just felt like doing it anyway. And also, welcome to the Facecam videos. This is actually what I look like. So there we go. I just knocked my fan. Apologies. But thank you guys for watching this one. If you like this video, then make sure to leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.